Good
Yeah.
evening, good evening. Welcome, good people. Welcome to the Man Cave, Season 2. I'm Ryan, this is Corey. This is a Bunch About Nothing podcast where we talk anything and everything. Today we will be talking some draft. What you got, Corey?
Yes, glad to be back into the fire again, talking sports, man. You know that's what I love to do, what I love to do. NFL draft. I'm so excited about this thing. Let's get into this.
Where we going first, Corey?
All right, so we're gonna start talking about just our overall excitement. And matter of fact, let's start this thing off with the schedule. So
Okay.
for those of you who do not know, the NFL draft schedule goes as this. The NFL draft will start on Thursday, I believe at 8 o'clock, if I'm not wrong. It starts at 8 o'clock. Just the first round. Saturday, I believe it starts at 7. And those rounds will be the second and third round. And Saturday we'll finish it all up, and that goes all through the day. I forgot what time it starts, but I know it runs basically the course of the day, and it'll be the fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh round to clear things up. But the thing I'm most excited about, you go ahead and start it off, man. What are you most excited about?
I'm most excited about this is the time of the year where everybody has hope. This is the Super Bowl for some teams. Uh, not gonna call any specific teams out here who've never had a Super Bowl, but for some of you guys, optimism will never be as high as it is right now. Right now, we believe that our team's future is about to change with this next pick,
You're
and that's what
exactly
I'm
right.
excited about. Yeah, this is your
You,
Super Bowl right now, Corey.
well, I don't know why you even directing this at me, but I agree that some teams have hope. Some teams do have hope. But I think it's an exciting time just because of it's new directions, new and like you say, it's hope. But
Yeah.
I like it the most because I think it's a lot of teams facing facts and moving in directions that I agree with.
Hmm.
Taking course of actions that I believe leads to winning football. Might not lead to winning football, but we know, I got a particular way that I think that teams win championships. And I like that certain teams are headed that direction. My team in particular. But the things that I would say most excite me is this large amount of quarterbacks that are in this draft. I think that it's quarterback is the most important position in the NFL, and I believe there is a large amount of quarterbacks that will go in this first round, and I'm excited to see where they might fall and how their careers might turn out.
I'm definitely. You know what, Corey? I asked you this a long time ago. Who are the bad teams now? Like, what are the badly run organizations right now? Because it seems like teams are getting better.
Yeah, I think New England Patriots team is trash. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's just because I played Madden in the leagues, and man, I could tell you one team that never got picked up. It's a hard team to field. It was tough. Like basically you had to run like random mass generators. Okay, you get a pick, you get a pick. And the last pick, I'm sorry, but you got the Patriots. It's just the way it is. Nobody wanted that team. It's disgusting. I don't even know. It's oh my God. They need so much. They need key positions to be filled. The most important positions on the field they need.
Yeah, but are they still a badly run organization? That's what I'm saying. Like there's been laughing stock teams, but outside of Carolina,
Oh yeah,
I
okay.
outside of Carolina, I can't think of any team that's moving in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Like New England is moving in the right direction. They may be devoid of talent, but they're moving in the right direction. Carolina, on the other hand, is the only organization that I can think off the top of my head that is not moving in the right direction.
I agree. I agree. I believe last year during this time we was talking about that trade, and I said it when I did not like that trade. That trade was awful. That
Those
trade.
trades rarely work out. Those trades rarely work out when a bad organization makes a move like that. Like
Mm-hmm,
they have to anticipate what their future is going to be when you're
mm-hmm,
giving up these future picks.
mm-hmm,
They were not a team that was one quarterback away, even if that
mm-hmm,
quarterback was good.
Mm.
So they knew that pick was going to be early. So they gave up multiple first round picks. If you really look at it at this point, and we're Monday morning quarterbacking right now, but if you really look at it, what they actually gave up for Bryce Young, they gave up Caleb, they gave up DJ Moore, they, gave, they gave up a lot, and that team stinks. That
Mm.
team stinks.
Mm.
Team's terrible. They are moving in the wrong direction, and now they're trying to buy free agents as if winning is right around the corner, and it's not. It's not. Winning will elude them. It will elude them. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this: do you believe in a team trading up for a quarterback, or you just saying them in general? Like it wasn't right for Carolina, or you think you're against the teams packaging picks for quarterbacks?
Okay. This is my philosophy on it. It's very
Mm-hmm.
similar to Sam Hinkie's philosophy. You cannot win in the National Football League without a quarterback. Like
Great.
history has shown us that I can't think of one team outside of maybe Trent Dilfer in which they did not have a superstar quarterback.
Mm.
I can't think of one. I can't think of one in recent history. So if we just vote on the side of history, we would say that you need a upper echelon quarterback. All right, but here goes the problem with it. You can even if you inherit an upper echelon quarterback, you can destroy that quarterback by
Yeah.
not putting any talent around him, not putting an offensive line around him, not keeping him safe. Like it, we'll never know how good Derek Carr's brother was. We'll never know how good he was because they
Mm-hmm.
destroyed him.
Mm.
Like we almost didn't get to see how good Andrew Luck was going to be,
Mm. Mm-hmm.
and he's a world talent. So there is a time to move up for a quarterback, but I think that you got to have everything else because you only got, you know, one of the things I think about all the time is you want to be in a position to have to pay a quarterback a salary like Pat Mahomes. You want to be
Mm.
in that position. Now, it hurts you cap wise to be in that position, but you want to be in a position to where you have a quarterback that you have to pay at the top of the market. That's the goal of every organization. Now, you got if you do hit on that guy, you hit on him early. You got about 4 good years to where you can put a team around him that can win while it fits inside the cap easily.
Mm.
That's where you build your winning culture.
Mm.
Carolina has started the clock way too early. They started the clock way too early. Yeah,
Woo.
yeah,
Dan and Nita, I would agree with everything that you said. I think it is wise for the right team, but some teams try to force that issue and forget that you need a roster around those quarterbacks. I think a huge indicator in quarterback success is the team around them. It's been a lot of quarterbacks whose careers have been ruined because GMs just tried to save their job by drafting the great hope, the next future of the organization and ruin it. Like I don't like personally, I never liked Bryce Young. I don't like Zach Wilson. But those organizations did not put them in the best situation to succeed. The Bears, they kind of did it with Justin Fields, and I kind of feel Justin Fields. Okay, you gonna get everything around this zone and you gonna give it to somebody else? You mean you gonna give me the keys to a broke down car, and then after you get it refurbished, you gonna give it to somebody else? Golly, I'm
yeah.
the firstborn son.
But you gotta remember this. One of the things is it's not that Justin Fields isn't good.
Hmm.
The fact is there's a belief that Caleb Williams is generational.
I agree. I agree. Well,
And
that kicks it out. Let's go ahead
yeah,
and start this thing off with the first quarterback. We will start this off with quarterback breaks down. The first quarterback is the quarterback, the one, the only, Caleb Williams. What's your thoughts on him?
Caleb Williams is a quarterback with the highest upside.
Mm.
Like he has the ability, he has the arm talent, he has the ability to improvise. Um, he just has that. He has that it factor. I mean, if I don't like to compare guys, and I definitely don't. I don't. I definitely wouldn't want to compare him to Patrick Mahomes, but that's the type of comparisons they're given to.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, that's just, I mean, there's really not a lot to break down. He just does everything better than the rest of these guys.
Yeah, I would say I agree with you that about the comparison thing. We got to be careful with these things. A lot of people are comparing him to Patrick Mahomes. I would like to say his style and his game resembles Pat Mahomes, but we cannot say his talent is Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes is one of the I I take a step back and say Kyler Murray, even though I think his game is more pass centric than Kyler Murray, you know, because he does only he's evasive to get his passes off. He's not really trying to run that often. He can run, but he's not looking to run. But I will say I don't agree with him being the highest upside. I do think he has the most talent right now, and he will be probably the closest, the easiest to succeed in the NFL. But I don't think he's the most talented in this
Yeah.
draft
But
class.
you know what? Like, just watching some of the film, this is somebody, I haven't heard anybody else say this, but when I
Mm,
watch Caleb, what I see isn't Mahomes like everybody else sees.
mm,
I see somebody that's Brett Favre-ish.
mm. I like that. I like that
It,
comparison.
yeah, he's Brett Favre-ish. And people forget that Brett Favre is really good, and sometimes it can be really bad.
Mm. But his touchdown to interception ratio is crazy, man. He so this year he had a worse year than his last year. We all agree. Most of this stuff that we're building off of is that he the season before. But we can agree he had less talent this year. Losing Jordan Addison to we all know what he came to be when we saw Minnesota. He is a talented receiver. And by Caleb losing him, of course we saw a drop in production. But I think the year before he had 42 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. In this past year, he had 30 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. So we talking about over 70 touchdown passes with 10 interceptions. That's excellent numbers for any quarterback. You got to be happy with that. But I can say the winning. Yeah, I'm a big person. I don't know how much you think winning goes into it because we like to throw these quarterbacks of like oftentimes with me being a Minnesota Viking, I see Kirk Cousins. What's his win losses? And that's always brought up. The big game he always loses and stuff like that. I think that's an indicator, but I don't think that's a major thing that you judge a quarterback success off of because team goes around a lot. And I think I do think there are certain quarterbacks that uplift franchises like Pat Mahomes, and regardless of talent around Pat Mahomes still gonna be a great quarterback. But I can't say it's a lot of things that go into that. But yeah, Caleb, um, I do like the Pat Mahomes comparison. I like the style of game, but I don't like to say that's going to be his career to trajectory. We got to see this thing. We got to see it before we start saying that he's going to be a Pat Mahomes.
Can I say something?
Yeah, yeah. So
Pac 12.
Pat 12.
Pac, Pac 12.
Mm-hmm. It's a light
That's
division. I agree.
that's one of the things that everybody talks about everything, but nobody's bringing it up. Hamps want to say Pac 12.
Mm. So that's an interesting segue into this next guy that we talk about that I believe that was in the toughest conference, and he performed excellent. That's LSU's quarterback Jaden Daniels. What do you think about Jaden Daniels? Flaws, all your the the great things about him. Whatever you got to say.
All right. 6'3", 210. Prototypical. Prototypical.
Mm-hmm.
Um, 72.2 completion percentage,
Mm,
40 passing touchdowns, and the boy got wheels.
mm-hmm.
We're talking four wheels.
Mm, he is speed. He is speed. He might be. He might run. He never. He didn't choose to run, which I wish he would have, because that would have highlighted it. But and it probably would have possibly challenged Caleb for the number one if he would have ran that
Mm,
4.3. I think you don't think he could have moved him off it.
mm,
A has been trophy winner runs a 4.3. You don't think he could have challenged?
mm,
All right. I mean, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I like Jaden, and you say he's 6'3". Those
mm,
numbers are for the combat. I think he measured out 6'3" and some change. He almost 6'4". He got a lot of height. But the concerning thing with me is two things. Obviously, the weight, the 210. He has a frail, slender body weight. And if you see him run, and if you ever seen him run, he's the kind of guy that will run around and run around and run around. But he runs into a brick wall sometimes. Like you ran directly to the guy. And to me, it's concerning because if you run into that hit in the NFL, it's going to be damaging. He's the kind of dude, kind of had like those butt fumble moments, like runs into line, like he loses his awareness. That's concerning for me. And plus, the second thing is, I'm a big component of throwing over the middle of the field. I think in the NFL, you have to be able to do this. You did not see him do much of that. He really threw outside the numbers, and really, he's not a big cross the middle thrower, and that's a flaw. But he still would be. He's my number three quarterback. He's my number three, and
So
a lot of people have him too.
your pro comparison.
Pro comparison, I hate this song, but yeah, I'm gonna compare him to somebody, but I'm not saying he's this guy. Lamar Jackson.
Okay,
Lamar.
I
Lamar.
agree with you now, but this is what I'm gonna say about that. I
Mhm.
don't believe he is the rusher that Lamar Jackson is.
Yes, I would agree.
But I will say, comparing Lamar Jackson out of Louisville, him coming out of LSU, he's a better passer than Lamar was.
I would agree with that. Great assessment.
Yeah. So coming out as a quarterback prospect, he's a
Hmm.
better prospect than Lamar Jackson at
Hmm.
quarterback,
Absolutely.
and they're close as athletes.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
So, but we also got to remove. We got to remember this: Baltimore cater our offense around Lamar Jackson.
Mm. Organizations matter too. That's a
Yeah,
big thing.
yeah. So they made the decision to build an offense around Lamar Jackson and not get Lamar Jackson to fit into the offense that they had.
Hmm.
He's probably going to need the same thing.
Mm. What do you think about the teams that he? Well, we'll get into that when we get into the top 10 picks. But let's go to this next guy. That's my guy.
Drake, Drake,
Yeah, Drake. Yeah.
OVO. Okay.
What do you think
Now,
about Drake?
now we're gonna go prototypical. We're gonna talk about prototypical size. Six
Mm,
four, 230. That's a man in the pocket.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
6'4", 230.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that I think that from a passer, I kind of like Drake May. I like Drake May.
Mm-hmm,
If anybody was going to challenge number one, I think it's Drake.
mm,
I think he's more toolsy.
mm,
That's my opinion. I think he has more tools. I think he got touch on his throws, good release. I mean, he
mm-hmm.
does everything. He does everything right. I mean, I'm gonna let you go ahead on this one. I went with the last two.
Well, obviously, this is the guy that I covet. This is my. I think he's the most talented player. I think he has the most upside. What you were saying about Kelly, I think Drake has the most upside. I think his deep ball is perfect. I think he's the best deep ball in this class. He has the strongest arm in this class, and I I'm a big component of size with quarterbacks because unlike Jaden Daniels, I think he can take the hits. The problem is you need quarterbacks to be able to take hits. You ain't got time for your quarterback to be getting hurt and going out the game. Well, I mean, NFL's kind of getting soft and kind of protecting these guys. But when we talk about that, you can get up and down this field and run and take. I look at Josh Allen. I see Josh Allen not worried about hits. People bouncing right off. I like a guy with that size. Now, if I had to compare Drake May upside, I would say Josh Allen. I would say his
Hmm.
style of game upside. I don't think he is Josh Allen. I say his upside is Josh Allen. But on the lower end, I would say Philip Rivers, and I would say potentially we have to settle somewhere with San Diego's quarterback. I mean um the Chargers quarterback.
That's
What's his
exactly
name?
Justin.
It's escape Justin Herbert. I would
That's
say
that's
he's
my
more
comp.
of Justin Herbert.
That's my
But
comp, Justin Herbert.
I would say his flaws, because I have studied this guy. His flaws, he does get kind of scattershot on some balls. Sometimes he throws these things out there to make you say, "What was that?" I watched his pro day. He threw a ball that I'd never seen in my life somebody throw. The ball was so far off the guy, and the guy made it worse because he could at least try to jump for it. The guy stopped and watched it go over his head, like, "What is that?" And it hit the back of the wall and clanked. And it was just like, oh my God, Barry, you can't let those go. His underneath stuff, but it's his footwork. And in the right organization, and the right guy that gets his hands on him and that can get his footwork right, I think the sky's the limit. Because I believe you can fix footwork. I don't think you can. What's the saying? Some things you cannot change about a guy, and you cannot change arm talent. You cannot change throwing power. You can do all you want, but at the end of the day, you cannot make a guy. You can't make a Tua Tonga Valoa throw that ball 70 yards. He ain't got it. He just ain't got it. Some things I can work with, but some things it's God given, and that's what I'm a huge component
So,
of Drake, man.
so you think Drake May has elite arm strength? I wouldn't say it's
I'm
elite.
not saying I'm not saying it's Josh Allen Armstrong. But is it Josh Allen light? Yeah, I watched his deep ball. He can. Is it what I want to say about arm strength? I'm not just talking about throwing the ball 70 yards down the field. Because arm strength, I don't
Hmm.
think that's just it. When most people think about arm strength, they think about throwing distance. I'm
Yeah, no,
talking
that's not what
about
I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm
yes,
talking about. See, it's the difference between like
yeah,
an outfielder. An outfielder
yeah,
has arm strength to get the ball to
mm,
the
to the
airfield.
plate. Yes,
I'm talking
yes.
about. I'm talking about pitcher strength. I'm
Pitcher
talking.
strength. Yeah, boy,
I'm
you
talking
spot
about.
on with that. Yeah.
Hey, I'm talking about. Can you throw that heat? And I
Mm-hmm.
don't think he's a heat thrower. I just don't
Oh,
think he's a heat thrower.
no.
I don't think he's a heat thrower.
Hey, I wish we can get into this film. I watched the most prettiest ball. I watched them throw a
Yeah.
35-yard pass
On the
like it
rope.
was a 10-yard curl. Like it was a 10-yard curl. Because the key
Okay.
about these things is that they can fit it into tight windows. When you have that elite power, it's only a few guys that have that arm in the league. And most people do not understand it. What's the difference? Why do people say Josh Allen has one of the best arms? Josh Allen can fit the ball into windows that other quarterbacks just don't have. That window closes. It might Josh Allen can make that though. You can't. You just can't. He can.
Yeah.
I think it's probably only Pat Mahomes and probably Josh Allen is the only people that I think got elite arm strength over Drake May right now.
Mm, okay. If I had to say anything, what I get from it, I get he's the most well rounded out of the three.
Mm,
Like I think that he is a. If you put, I think that the two guys, I think Daniels and I think Caleb are elite at what they do, and I think that Drake May is like well rounded of both of them.
mm,
And so if I had to guess who would have the best rookie year, I know we're gonna get into that. I'm gonna say probably Drake May. I think
mm,
Drake May has the best rookie year, but I
mm.
think the highest upside is Caleb.
We're gonna get into that. Let's go to the next guy, the most hated guy. But I mean a lot of people love him. JJ McCartney. What do you think about JJ? I knew you probably hate this guy. I know that I've been around you long enough to know the kind of guys you hate, and I'm pretty sure you hated JJ.
I ain't gonna say I hate him, but how I feel is I feel second roundish.
Mm.
I feel like he's the type of guy you draft in the second round, and you hope that he beats out a guy, sticks on your roster for a while, and maybe eventually gets some starter reps. And I just don't think that he's in the bunch with those other three. I think it's those
Mm.
three, and then it's another two with him and the other guys, Bo Nix and Phoenix.
See, I agree with you that he's not in that tier, but I do think he's in a tier by itself. I think you have those three tier, then I think you got JJ, and then a tier below them, I think you have Peanuts and Bo Nix. I think he's in his own tier. Like we'll have to say tier one, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May. Tier two, JJ McCartney by itself. Tier three, Michael Penix, Bo Nix. And I don't know. I don't like Bo. I'm gonna
And
be
Michael
honest.
Pratt, I put Michael Pratt in that tier too.
What about Spencer Rattler? A lot of people
I
love
put
Spencer.
I put Spencer Rattler with Joe Milton.
Mm, me too. I like Joe and Spencer. Anybody else other than those people that we just named, I don't like at all. I'm gonna be honest with you. Those guys can go anywhere. I don't care. As long as they ain't on my team.
Yeah, I mean, I like Joe Milton out of the guys that most people don't know.
Mm.
Like, there's not gonna be a lot of podcasts talking about Joe
It's
Milton.
Texas, right? Texas or Tennessee?
Yeah,
It's from
Tennessee,
Texas. Tennessee.
Tennessee. There's not gonna be a lot of guys talking about Joe Milton, but know
Mm.
that we said it first.
The third, Joe
Yeah,
Milton, the third. Yep.
when Joe Milton surprises people by hearing his name in the third round or so like that, just
Hmm.
know you heard it here first.
He has good arm talent too. He can squeeze that thing
He
in there.
doesn't
He
have
got
good arm talent.
some.
He has the biggest arm in this draft.
Yeah, yeah.
He has the biggest arm in this draft. 6'5", 236.
Yeah. But getting into JJ McCartney, I do. I mean, I don't know. I like JJ a lot more than a lot of other people because I think one thing, it's one thing that you cannot measure, and that's heart. And I think that kid's spirit can galvanize a team. That's one thing about it. Like maybe you don't have the particular skill set, but can you lead man? Can you be the leader of man? That's one thing that you can't quantify. That's one thing you can't make. But I think he's the type of guy that guys look at and follow. They can get behind this guy. So, do you have to put particular people around him? Does he have to be in a particular set? I don't think he uplifts teams, but I think he can win with a great team around him. So I don't. I'm just not going to knock him like he's not a quarterback that you can draft. I think he is a Kirk Cousins. I think he would be a Kirk Cousins,
Mm.
but maybe couldn't he be a winning Kirk Cousins? That's the question because he comes from a winning coach. But I will think he can get the ball on time, on target. I don't think he's spectacular, but I think he's vanilla and he'll get the job done. I mean, nothing's wrong with that. It's a lot of teams in the league that don't have that. But we act like if you don't have Pat Mahomes, it's not that many Pat Mahomes out there, bro.
But you know what? You know who you sounded like you compared, who you were saying? Sounded like another Michigan quarterback you were comparing the intangibles of, right?
His intangibles, yes, I do think his
It sounds,
intangibles is that guy. Yeah,
yeah,
I
I
think he has
mean,
great intangibles.
yeah, the same thing they were saying about Tom Brady.
Mm,
He didn't have a whole lot of armor. He just could win, right?
yeah,
Another Michigan guy like Tom Brady. He ain't Tom Brady, Carl. He, he ain't Tom Brady. I just want to be clear. He ain't Tom Brady. I hope he listens to this and he puts it makes this his motivation, but he ain't Tom Brady.
what you think
Um,
about the intangibles, though?
the intangibles, I think Tebow had intangibles.
Yeah, we're not gonna say Tebow now.
I
That's,
ain't saying
that's
any Tebow. I'm just saying that like intangibles aren't as important as the fact that you don't have to wind the ball up to throw a 40-yard pass. When you start seeing quarterbacks having to wind it up to throw those deeper passes, like the NFL, like this is a game of inches and seconds. You know what I mean? Like if that thing doesn't pop off your hand like that, then you're already at a disadvantage. And so I think that even though he has the intangibles, I think that he works hard. I think that Harbaugh didn't lie about it. I think that Harbaugh said he was going to be the most prepared quarterback in this draft, and I believe him.
mm, mm.
But
I think you'll be wrong on this. I think you'll
I
be
might, I
wrong on
might
this.
be, I might be. You
I,
could
I'm
be
gonna
wrong.
I'm gonna bet with JJ. Definitely, especially if he comes to the Vikings. I think that's the best situation. Well, I think all these quarterbacks, the best situation for any quarterback to go to is the Vikings. And that's the better situation. But JJ in particular, I think will find success in our system more than anybody. But my thing about JJ, what I do like about him is the fact that he is a person that is teachable. Number one, and he's not going to do too much. And number two, like basically like the hate that he get, if you upsize his numbers, he would have had the same numbers as Jaden. It ain't like his numbers. He just didn't throw the ball. Now I will agree that I believe if you're selected as the height of what he's about to be projected to be selected at, you want to see those things. You don't want to guess, but it is what it is. Price of AC air conditioning in Arizona is skyrocketed. What it is, 'cause it costs to be the boss. It's just the way it is. You got to pay for the show. You know.
Okay, we done with these quarterbacks yet? Better yet, I'm going to say this. I'm going to put this on record.
All right.
Out of the teams that's drafting early, and some guy's going to be the smartest guy to say which quarterback's going to be great if they just guess a guy out. I don't care which quarterback ends up in Minnesota. They're going to have the best rookie year. It doesn't matter which quarterback it is. It doesn't matter which quarterback it is, unless he gets in there and he has no work ethic, because he's going to inherit the better situation.
Yeah, I would agree.
Chicago too, though. Chicago
Yeah,
has
Chicago's Caleb
Chicago.
going. Chicago's gonna be good.
Yeah, he has a good situation, but Chicago's one of those places where you don't really see a lot of good quarterbacks come out of there,
That's my problem.
and I don't think it's because they're bad at evaluating talent. I think it's hard to throw that ball out there in the Windy City.
Yeah,
I think it's hard. The same thing with Cleveland. I think that it's not that Cleveland keeps picking bad quarterbacks. It's hard to throw the ball 30, 40 times a game in Cleveland.
and
It's
eight
hard.
games a year.
It's hard to do it.
Yeah.
And so I think the quarterback that goes to Minnesota, they inherit the better situation. And
I would.
therefore they have a handicap that the other guys don't have.
Let's go over top 10 picks. Top 10 picks. What do you think the 10 go? Who you think goes number one? To just get your rundown.
Caleb.
Just move on. Both of us. I don't even think that. I don't even. They're gonna when they go on the clock, they're gonna count it down, and we all know they're gonna say Caleb. Like, get that over with. When he say start of the draft, say Bears select Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I was gonna say that when you said the draft started at 8 o'clock, I was gonna say it starts at 8:10.
Yeah,
This starts at 8:10 because don't nobody think that the Bears can't stink this thing up. Like
yeah.
the draft starts at pick 2. That's where the draft starts at because we know what pick 1 is.
All right. So, in your top 10, are you going to have trades or no trades? Me and your brother were discussing this. I want to ask because we know it's going to be trades in the first round. I don't think you could be in this year.
I think we better off just saying who's going to go because who do you think the second player off the board
Okay.
is?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Don't worry about teams. Just say who you think.
Who's the second player off the board is? I think that's the safest way to do it.
Jaden.
Okay, I disagree. I disagree.
You don't think it's going to be Jaden?
Mm-mm.
Who
It'll
you
be
think
Drake
it's
May.
going to be?
It's gonna be Drake May. Drake May will be 2. Some team moves down to get Drake May, and I don't think it's Washington. I think Washington moves back.
You think Washington trade out of that pick?
In my opinion, I think they should. I think they should. I think that ideally they talk New England into going to get Drake May, and then they fall back and get Jaden Daniels.
Mm. I think it's 100%. I mean, just listening to the press conferences of him saying that he gonna stick and pick, I believe him. I don't think he trades out of that pit, and I think it's going to be Jaden. I think it's going to be honestly Jaden. Go to. I think
All right,
sports bet. I think.
you write this thing down, right? Because we
Yeah,
got the picks on.
I honestly think Jaden is more likely to go. I think it's just as easy as Caleb. I would be real surprised if Jaden didn't go too.
Okay.
I need to get my pen. All right,
We got to write this thing down, man, because
Caleb.
we're gonna see, and so we're gonna have to come up with a grading scale. A grading scale.
I got Jaden. You got Jake. You got Drake, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got Drake at three.
Okay. I got Jaden Daniels at 3.
Jaden. Who you got at four?
Marv.
I got JJ.
Hmm. Okay.
I think quarterbacks go one, two, three, four. First time in the history. We got five. JJ gotta go here. You don't think there's no way he go past it. Somebody trades up together.
A Doomsday.
A Doomsday? Oh. See, I'll be wanting to know these teams, man. I be wanting to know these teams. You think you got a Doomsday over got doggone neighbors? I'm going
Now,
Marv.
you going Marv there?
Yeah,
We at 6.
yeah, six.
JJ.
JJ. What's that? I got neighbors.
For 7, I'm going Olu for Shanu at 7.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. So you got I can't wait till we get into this because I got Fashanu to me is the best tackle, even though a lot of people got what's the name all over him. But you got Fashanu and I got Alt.
Yeah.
I think Fashanu is better, but I got Alt.
Okay. For Atlanta, going Malik Neighbors there.
Elite neighbors.
That's the best fit out of all the teams out there. Because the answer is I do think Malik Neighbors is better than a Doomsday. But a Doomsday is prototypical wide receiver size. Malik
I,
Neighbors is not. And
I
so
got
if you
Dallas Turner.
you got Dallas,
Yeah, you can finish your thought. My bad. I
no,
ain't mean.
no, 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 I'm just saying I think that Malik Neighbors is probably going to be the better receiver. But if I want an X, I want a Doomsday. I want a 6'3" guy.
I got
Now in Atlanta though, they got a bunch of big guys out there. You can
you.
have them, and you can have a neighbor take the top off.
Mm.
That's a perfect fit. All right, so where we at? 8. What number we at?
Yeah, right after Atlanta. So you got Bears at nine.
Hmm.
If they stay there or not.
I think the Bears.
I got the Bears. Me personally, I got the Bears trading 9 and 9.
Yeah, me too. And I think that they probably take Joe Alt there.
You got Joe Alt.
Yeah,
I got.
ideally, it's a perfect situation to get your franchise quarterback and a franchise left tackle. That's how you do it.
I
You pair
agree.
you pair them up for a decade.
I got somebody coming up to get Doomsday right here at 9. So the
Now,
final one, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, 10.
Brock Bowers.
Yeah. That's easy. I got the same thing. Brock Bowers. That was the easy pick right there. I think it's probably a foregone conclusion that Brock Bowers goes 10. Only person I can see taking the tight end, and he's good enough to go 10. So
And so, but one thing that we did not say, we didn't name one defensive player in the top 10.
I did. Dallas Turner.
Oh, you did name that. I didn't
Yeah,
name that.
Dallas Turner going down there. Yeah. First, the first and only defender I got going. Now, it's plenty of people. I don't even think Dallas Turner is the best defensive end, nor do I believe he's the best defensive player. But I believe the best defensive player is dang, what's his name? The defensive tackle from Texas. This is
Oh,
Texas was his name, defensive tackle. Oh man.
Byron Murphy.
Brian Murphy's the second. Yeah, I think he's the best defensive player, but I don't think people value defensive tackle as much as they should. And Tutu is the best defensive end in this draft. It's just that he has that that disc in his nest, the injury that he had to go. So he's going to fall because of that. But we saw him play with that. But a lot of people are going to be scared to take him that high. But Tutu is better than Dallas Turner.
I think we're gonna run on defensive players from like 11 to like 17.
Yeah,
I think we got a big defensive run, but those guys in the top 10, you can argue that in most drafts they be top three guys. All 10 of those guys could be
yeah,
top three in most drafts.
yep. Just a lot of quarterbacks, quarterback heavy and offensive talent. This is yo. That brings us to this. Your overall thought of this draft class and its strengths.
Yeah, I mean, I, quarterback, tackle, and secondary. I think the secondary group is actually pretty decent. A lot of
Mm,
people saying that it's not, but I like these. I like the versatility of a lot of these. There's some big corners that play safety, big safeties that can play
mhm,
corner.
mhm,
We talking about positionless secondaries. What are
mhm,
we talking about? How do you even play that? When you have the ability to come out positionless in football, I think that's what made Michael Parsons so dangerous in the beginning of it.
mhm.
He comes out on the field and you don't know where he's going to line at. You know, now teams are getting on film now and they know that he's rushing most of the times now, and you can stop him. But when he first came out as a rookie, man, they had that boy in the slot. They had that boy on the edge. We see him line up as an interior lineman. They had him everywhere.
Mhm.
And when you can get to positionless football, that's a dangerous football team right there.
Much agree. Much agree. I agree with a lot of it. I think the strong, me, I think the strongest ones is if I had to say a top three was quarterback, receiver, and tackle. But I do agree tackle. I got 7 tackles going in the first round. 7 of them. It's 7 unworth it. It is tackle. But the reason why I got tackles going first is because I think teams can find their receiver in the second round. So they're going to go tackle early and go ahead and get them. It's going to be a run on tackles. Even though I think I don't even have Fashanu in the top 10, but I think
Wow.
it's going to be a run on tackles in the back of this draft, probably like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're going to go rapidly.
I, it's funny you say that. Um, but the reason why I didn't name receivers is because every year the receivers have been getting good.
Yes, this is
I mean, it's
fourth
like
one.
I mean, teams are. It's nothing to be three deep at receiver now. Like
Yeah,
it's not what it used to be.
yeah.
If you had two receivers, it was like, oh man, we got two good receivers. Now a team says we got two good receivers. We say, what you gonna do about the third
You gotta get him.
one? That's where we at now in the league. Like so,
People talk about the Bears taking Marvin Harrison, trading up for Marvin Harrison. I'm like, golly, what do you need? What do we
yeah. I mean, you got DJ. I mean, you got old boy. You got old man, your favorite guy.
Yeah, he's not my favorite. I think he still is. I think he still is get it done, especially in the PPR league when you get 2 points per possession.
Okay,
Yeah.
you like the old man out there, but yeah,
All right.
yeah. I
So
just yeah, I don't know.
let's run quickly through this mock draft, and I do the honors to start off, so I can take one pick is given, and you do two. How about you do even? I do odds. Right.
Okay.
We're gonna run through it. I'm gonna share the screen, and we're gonna do a quick mock draft. Let me share my screen. I think that's it right here. Yeah. All right. Can you see this?
Got it.
I got Caleb going one, easy. Who you got going two?
Drake
So
May.
Drake May going two. All right.
Man, this thing needs some music.
Yeah, I should create some music. Dang, they gonna say this gonna cost more. You can't add a second, but I think this trade is gonna happen. I think it's gonna be Minnesota gonna use 3 first rounders in a 2026 second round. Yeah.
And it's gonna be Drake May, right? You
Yeah, I think it's
definitely.
gonna be great.
I'm about to say you can't trade up for JJ McCarthy.
They ain't gonna do it. We're gonna say it's gonna be
That's
Jay.
gonna stink.
Huh?
That'll hurt. If my
We
team
might as well
traded up
go
for JJ
Drake.
McCarthy,
Nah, I think it's gonna be Drake. But if Drake is gone and what's the name selects him, I think we're going to trade with the Chargers. I don't think the only reason why the Cardinals are probably trying to pressure us to trade up to 4 is because they're trying to sell us that the Giants going to trade up to 4. But honestly, if I offer 2 first round picks and let's say a third, right? What the Giants would have to offer is 2 first, right? To get there. Do the Giants use 2 first to move up 2 slots? No. So you're outbidding them. So the team is not going to take less than that. So let's say they're going to take Marvin Harrison because he's there for them.
Mm-hmm.
So who you got going for? It's on you though.
4.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what I would like to see. Now I'm gonna say 4 Marvin Harris.
Yeah, it's your world. You live in it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 4 Marvin Harris. But you know what would be nice? I would love for the Colts to package a deal to get down there to get Marvin Harris.
Yes.
I would just love it. I would love they just go ahead and pay like just
This
get
is what I'm
down there.
saying. I think it's a world that this happens in. But I think that world happens if JJ goes full. Because I think Charles is trading out of this bit. I don't think that's probably if I had to say who's 100% going to trade out of this pit, no matter what how the board goes in this first 4, no matter who's here at 5, they're trading back. I don't think. I think at the end of the day, I think what he wants is a tackle. I think he wants one of these tackles, but I don't think he can justify taking this tackle here when he can drop down and get a tackle just as good as a tackle
Man,
at 10 or
who
11 or
who
12.
do they have at wide receiver core?
Who?
Who do the Chargers have at wide receiver?
You told me about the Chargers. We had this conversation. I know you agree with it. What's the number one thing that what's the name wants his team to have? Offensive lineman.
Mm-hmm. He won't run the ball.
He, they're going
But
to run the
still,
ball.
at the end of the day, but they have traded all of. They have no. Who is their? I don't know. I don't know who their wide receiver. I don't know who they are.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Fashanu here. I'm gonna go
For
Fashanu.
Chargers.
Yeah, that's why I think they trade back though. I think they trade back, and then they can get a receiver in the second round, just like everybody else is gonna plan on doing. You can get a what's the old boy Brian what is Brian Robinson, Brian Thomas Jr. I think you can get him in the early second, late. I mean, early second, late first, especially if they trade back.
Okay.
Who you got going to the Giants right here?
All right. JJ McCarthy.
JJ McCartney. All right. I think they're going Dallas. Joe Art is definitely going to be a Tennessee Titan.
Okay.
Who you got
So
going to is
8. I think
yeah,
it's Malik Neighbors all day.
yeah, it's 100%. Malik Davis fall here, he's gone. All right, all right, all right. It's gonna be a tough position. Even though I think they're gonna trade out of this spot. I think they trade out of the spot. Somebody come up for Rome, so I'm gonna say Rome. Even though I ain't gonna do the trade, I think that Rome goes here.
The
Come on, you already
Jets.
know this.
Yeah, Jets are getting Brock Bowers.
Rob Powell's. I don't think this is going to be us, but I think this will be the Patriots, and I think they're gonna go uh for Shanu.
Yeah, I agree. Shana.
Yeah, think that'd be the Patriots. They go for Shanu. Broncos.
Broncos don't make this pick. If all 4 quarterbacks are gone, they don't make this pick. I think somebody gets Roma Dunze here.
Ramaduze.
Yeah, somebody gets
Ramaduze
Roma.
gone. I already. I
Oh, you
got
got
Rome at
Roma.
9, so you got to.
All right, so that means I got to pick.
And you don't believe in what they did trading for the Jets, Zach Wilson?
Bro, I'm not doing this with you. All right, I'm gonna go. Have we got Dallas Turner off the board?
Not Dallas Turner still.
Let's go Dallas Turner here. Zach Wilson, that was a non needle moving move. That is, yeah, that's nothing. That's nothing.
I think at the end of the day, I think they're gonna go Teron.
Yeah,
That's gonna be the first cornerback right here.
yeah. The future quarterback of the Broncos is still in college right now. He's taking classes.
Hmm.
He's taking classes right now. All right. So now
Yeah,
we
the
are at
Saints.
the Saints. All right. I'm gonna probably go. Have you called Fuaga yet?
Fuaga. No, I don't think we called him. No, Fuaga
No.
right here.
Yeah, Fuaga right
Got them
here.
taking the tackle too.
Yeah.
Ah, see, that's the hard thing for the because I agree with you. I don't think I think the coach trade up. I think the coach would have been up. I think coach can potentially trade up to be that spot where the Bears at and take Roman Duze. So I'm gonna take this as if that it's the Bears right here, and I got them going
They
lots
got.
and lots
Oh, you got an offensive lineman.
edge. Yeah, I know most people think they're gonna go. No, I went edge.
You
Lots
want
lots
edge?
of the ground I'm talking about.
Oh,
But I know most people think they're going receiver. I don't believe that.
yeah. Yeah. You don't have Jared Verse off the board yet.
Yeah, he is. But I think Jared Verse. I think Latu goes before Jared Verse.
All
Even
right.
though I agree with you though. Who you got? Seattle taking.
Mm, you got Latham off the board yet?
Dang, Latham here. Yeah,
Yeah, Latham got to go here.
yeah. I had Latham going to the Jags. Uh, so that means they're gonna have to take Mims. Do they? Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna do Mims. I wanted to do Tyler. I don't really like Mims. I know Mims going this high though. He's gonna go before
It looked like you still got Verse out there, man.
Verse still out there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Verse
have to.
is still out.
This is as far as Verse can drop, man. Verse can't drop any further than
You
this.
know I had Verse going right here to LA Rams.
Yeah, they could use him, but I think the Bengals know that.
Even though I think 100% they take Quinn Mitchell here, I'm gonna do this just because the boy left. They're gonna go out Byron Murphy and try to fill those shoes. They're gonna go Byron Murphy and try to fill those shoes.
That makes sense. This right here is a no-brainer right here for Pittsburgh. Brian Thomas Jr. If any team
Yeah,
can develop a wide receiver, it's them.
yeah. Ah, so this is tough. This is tough. I say LT up there. I know they need a. It's just not a guard. Like I would select a guard, right?
Nah, they need some defense. They
They
got a
need
track
defense.
team. Yeah, they got a track team.
I
They
think they
need to
go.
get.
I think
They
they
need
go
an
guard.
interior.
I think they go interior. But we'll say that I agree. Johnny
They,
Newton. We'll do
yeah,
Johnny Newton.
yeah. Newton is it.
But
That's
even
the
though
pick.
I think they're gonna go guard. I think they're gonna go guard. But Eagles. No, who you go. Watch this. Come on, man. I
It's
know
tough,
you
man.
want the Eagles to take, but you
It's
know
tough, man.
they're not gonna take no Cooper Johnson right here, bro. Not with Quentin Mitchell up there. Yeah, but you want him to get Cooper. Come on,
I
man.
want him to get Cooper DeJean,
I
man.
know you
I
do.
love Cooper DeJean. I love Cooper DeJean.
Go
That's
ahead,
my
though.
favorite guy in the whole draft. I love Cooper DeJean. I love it.
Mhm.
I want them to pick Cooper DeJean. I don't care what's out there. I don't care what's out there. I know we got other needs. I know we
Yeah,
need an offensive tackle.
do what you need.
Yeah, I'm on Cooper DeJean.
I got pick 23 being the Patriots, so that's gonna be Michael Penix. So they came away with Michael Penix and the tackle,
All right.
filling those role
So,
for China
hey,
Penix.
I'm gonna tell you, this is a cowboy pick right here. Chop.
You got them taking. You
That's
don't
that's
have them
that's
taking a tackle.
that's a cowboy pick right there. Chop is a cowboy pick.
Man, they devoid a tackle.
Chop, chop. If that's what the Cowboys do, that's what the Cowboys do. It's gonna be Chop. Telling
There's
you.
no way they pass on Quinn Mitchell past this young. They gonna
Hey, look.
quit.
Hey, look.
100%
Listen.
quit.
Okay. You put Quentin there. Nah, they
They
gonna
gonna
chop.
quit Mitchell. Oh no, I'm talking about. I pitch out for you. I'm talking about for Green Bay.
Oh
Quit
yeah,
Mitchell.
they yeah.
Toledo.
You know they love they pick their secondary.
Yeah. No,
Um, the best player available right now is Nate Wiggins.
Nate Williams. I don't know. I like Kool Aid over Nate. I take Kool Aid 1,000 times over Nate. Arizona again. Yeah. Arizona go Kool Aid. Uh, what we
Buffalo got
got?
to get a receiver.
They
They
gonna
got
trade.
it, huh?
Who you like more?
Honestly, I
Yeah.
think the guy. I'm gonna tell you something that a lot of people don't realize is, uh, uh Adonai Mitchell, however you pronounce that,
Yeah.
that dude is a freak athlete. I mean, do you know the only guy that from like a higher res, height, adjusted speed, all of that? DK Metcalf.
That is nice. But I like a Xavier Worthy over him. But it's your pick.
Yeah, I'm,
I
I'm
like a
picking.
Xavier
I'm
Donnie.
taking Dane.
I got you. But I got it. Like truthfully, in this draft, we'll go through it one of these days. How we got this. I got them jumping up here to get Brian Thomas. I think they're trading up 100%. They're going to get Brian Thomas.
I know who need to move up there. Kansas City need to move up. They need to try to get the last receiver that's worth first round pick.
I don't think they go with receiver. I think they stuck in that position right now. They believe that they good without it.
Hmm.
I
Okay.
think that's one of these guards got to go, but I don't know. Lions is pretty good at line. That line is pretty good. Ah, what do I Oh man. This is hard, man. This is a tough one for them. I'm gonna say they're gonna go corner, but I don't. This is a reach though. It's a reach. I'm gonna say corner. Just make it easy. I'm gonna say who the next corner on the ball. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go right here. TJ Tam. I go on. I got them going corner. I don't know. I don't really. I think that's probably it. They might go linebacker, even though I don't like. They might go Edgerrin Cooper, linebacker, but I don't believe him taking linebacker in the first round. All right,
Baltimore. Baltimore got to get an offensive lineman. So what's the highest rated offensive lineman out there left?
it's Graham Burton from Duke, but I
Ah,
think it'd be
no.
Tyler. It'd be Tyler Gooden. It'd be
Mm,
Tyler Gooden from Oklahoma.
yeah, I mean that's what they got to do.
They're gonna go tackle.
Yeah, they got to get an
He
offensive lineman.
swings too. He can swing too, so he's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, to the team that got everything. What do they need? I'm gonna say Keon Coleman because number one, I think they're gonna trade. I think they are gonna trade. What's that? They can't sign. They can't
Yeah.
afford.
Okay. And so here goes the next question. So which receiver is the Chiefs getting?
I don't think they're gonna select the receiver.
It's a receiver.
I think
It is a receiver. It is a
George Robinson
receiver.
right here. I think they go.
It's a receiver. This is my pick. So
We'll
which
see.
receiver? Let's agree on the receiver. So is it Keon Coleman that you're looking for?
I already Keon Coleman just went.
Okay. So there is Xavier Worthy still out there?
Yeah, yeah, it'd be a Xavier. All right,
Yeah. Or either Troy Franklin. It could be Troy Franklin. I don't know, but it's gonna be a receiver.
four results. Here we go. That's our jump right there. I'm gonna take a nice little picture right here and see how close we got to this thing when it comes down. There's no way that no guard is taken, no linebacker is taken. It's gonna be a crazy pick out there. But And plus, let's understand, I got these picks from the Minnesota Vikings being the Patriots. But it could possibly, if Minnesota stuck in pick, I would have Minnesota taking Baron Murphy at 11 and Michael Penix at 23.
Mm.
If
Ain't
they
that a
if they
ain't
stuck.
that a kick in the glass?
Well, I would love that. I would love that over trading 3 first round picks for JJ. If we trade 3 first round picks for JJ, I would rather stick and pick and get. If you told me I can get Baron Murphy at 11 and Michael Penix at 23, I would take that over 3 first round picks for JJ.
Mm.
100%. Two
Mm.
first round picks for JJ, I take JJ.
Yeah, yeah, man. I'm excited though, man. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Let me
I'm
go back
excited.
to this. All right, stop sharing screen. We're back. Yeah.
All right, man. Are we done for tonight, or we gonna break down something tomorrow? What we gonna do, man?
I think well I can't be here tomorrow. My brother in law just got a surgery. I definitely got to see him tomorrow.
That,
I cancel my whole itinerary because I have to go see him. Yeah.
yeah, definitely makes sense. Definitely makes sense.
I don't
Uh,
want to say quite possibly if I make it back. I'm going there directly after work, so I don't know how long I'm gonna be around there, but we might can get something going. Y'all stay tuned. Just be aware. I'm pretty sure I would know by 6:30, 7 o'clock. I
okay.
do want to go through these tackles though. So if we do, we probably can get a 9:30 setup.
All right, we'll
Uh,
see. We'll see. Hey, what up, LT?
oh yeah, let's check the comments, man. I ain't checked nothing in the chat, yo. What's up, LT? Hey, you mad? Cause for real. I This the upset pick for me. I have Miami taking a quarterback.
Boy, you so disrespectful.
He doesn't like.
Somebody tell Tua what this boy
He
talking
doesn't
about.
like that. He don't like that. I got my. I don't think they pay two. I don't think they pay two.
Mm.
I think they with that team. I think they feel like they can get a Michael Penix and put him in there and get the same work. I think they believe that. I think Penix is a great deep ball. He can put it on Tyree Hill the same as everybody else. He said I'm tripping. I believe that. I mean, I believe that. You don't like that, but I don't think. Will you pay Tua 45 million? If Kirk Cousins got 45 million, what Tua gets?
Mm.
If Kirk Cousins got 45 million, Tua come to the table. What he gonna say?
That's a lot of surfboards, man.
Yeah. So would you pay Tua 45 million? Because Waddle is there. You can't keep Waddle. LT believe they can keep Waddle. And I think he's just not being realistic. You can't pay 2 or 30 million and him 45 million and play low Waddle. No. Like it don't work like this. Is not a fairy tale. Money is real.
Hmm. Hmm. I don't know, man.
Do you pay him? Answer, give me an answer on that. Do you pay 45, 47 million?
Mm.
If you don't, draft your quarterback.
That's tough. That's the type of position that gets GMs on the hot seat.
Yeah. But the truth is you do not believe. If you pay him 47 million, you know he cannot win. He can't win with this great team that's around him now. If it's void of talent, then you know you definitely can't win. So why would you organizations that do this, I think you're just hoping that you can get it done, push that money down the road. Maybe you can backload that money and try to hurry up and win with this team in the first 2 years. But once those cap hits start, they hit, you're dead.
You think this is similar to what happened with New York? You think it's the same song?
What the Giants?
Yeah. When they went.
I'm not gonna play him like that. He better than LT gonna punch me in my face when he see me, cuz if I say he Daniel Jones out there,
No,
just
I'm
nah,
just saying, like the Giants, they
nah.
got to a point where they did not have a quarterback they could draft. There was not one in free agency. They had Dave Jones saying, like, what we gonna do?
You remember
they
I
gave
said
him
that?
and they gave him
Remember that?
$160 million. They gave him $160 million because they lack of better options.
They can blame Minnesota because Minnesota let those people believe 350 yards in that doggone playoff game. He was cooking. No, that defense was trash. Anybody could have ate that joke up, yo. I saw Mac Jones eat that defense up, yo. No,
Hey, Core, I'm gonna go ahead and
yeah.
say this. We never asked my pro comp for JJ McCarthy.
Oh, Daniel Jones.
Matt,
Oh,
no,
Mac
Matt.
Jones.
It's
Mac Jones.
Mac. It's Mac, baby. It's Mac.
I wouldn't have been against that. I think
It's
Mac
Mac
Jones.
Jones.
I think Mac Jones was a better quarterback before Patriots got their hands on him. Bill Belichick is awful with building quarterbacks. I think that was a terrible situation. Who who pulls a rookie quarterback while they learning? You got to allow them to make mistakes, bro. You can't if you're going to start them. The worst thing you could do is pull them during a game in the biggest of moments. Like he just who cares about that game? Your team was trash anyway.
Nah, man. It's kind of like if you got a kid and you teach them how to drive, right? You teach them how to drive,
Mhm.
and there's gonna be some learning curves. Maybe he brakes too hard, or maybe he pushes too hard on the accelerator. But they're training Mac Jones, and Mac Jones is grinding the clutch out. And Bill Belichick just couldn't take it. Like, he couldn't take it. Like you doing stuff. You
Get
doing
over here.
stuff.
God doggone. Get over here,
Yeah,
man.
you killing my clutch right there. Like so, that's what's going on with Mac Jones. Mac Jones is grinding the clutch out. Yeah,
Yeah.
he not doing regular learning curve stuff.
But this I think a responsible parent sacrifices the clutch.
Oh, okay,
A
all right.
responsible parent sacrifices the clutch because it's more valuable that my son learn how to drive. I can't protect him all his life. He has to learn how to drive at the end of the day. And that's the way it is. My first car was a stick shift. My dad didn't say, "Yo, I stopped plenty times. I was riding that. You know, that's how it is. That's the only way you're gonna learn, though.
Yeah. Now you can learn by
Replace the
watching.
clutch.
You can learn by watching somebody else do it. You can learn by watch somebody else do
Yeah,
it, grind the clutch out like
that's it. Now that's what we talked about again, man.
that.
LT about the benefit of sitting behind. Now, if we get Drake May, contrary to your belief, I believe he sits the first year. The first year, I'm comfortable
Behind
saying
who?
behind Sam Darnold.
Oh, that's right,
I
Sam
think that's
Darnold.
the reason why they took Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold. At least I can say this: if he does start, I believe Kevin O'Connell believes he's ready to start. Sam Darnold puts you in a position where you do not have to start him until he's ready. And if he's not ready, don't put him out there. I told LT this too. I believe in sitting quarterbacks. I think the best quarterbacks are quarterbacks who set. Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love's regrettably. How do you hit on every quarterback that you ever had? How do you hit on every single quarterback? Bart Starr, Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, Jordan Love. You got decades of good quarterback play. That is not fair, bro. That is not
Mm,
fair. That is not fair, bro.
mm.
That's crazy. Hall of Fame quarterbacks are. I hope Jordan Love is not Hall of Fame. I'm just. They need to learn how to suffer
Mm,
the pain that we talking about right
mm,
now.
mm.
All right, man. Close this
Yeah.
out, dog.
Hey, it's on you, man. Close it up.
All right. Till the next time, till we meet again. I hope y'all have a blessed and wonderful evening. Hamp, it is always special, and I'm always happy to join together. Till we meet again. Peace and love, yo.
Hey, touche. Always love yours, man. We out.